wakaamua kurenda kila mtu sasa homeless mwenye ako hiyo area. Instead hata badala wangefanyaje? Instead hata badala wangejaribu venye wanaweza reduce population ya wale watu ambao wako wameingiwa na maji, wako homeless. Waliamua tu sasa ukue umeingiwa na maji, ukiingiwa na maji ni ichomoke iende.
Some of you probably already know that I've done a couple of other shows on the Bridge platform, and we began with the little girl Kemunto as we were raising funds to build a bridge for her community. And of course, more recently, we did one for widows. We were trying to voice it for the widows. It's still going on for people contributing to help widows get houses. You can go into the channel and see what we've been doing. And today, this particular show is dedicated to flood victims. We are speaking to Manasseh, who's brought to awareness a situation that is very, very touching of victims of floods in Nairobi. So we ran with the sensation that the floods are happening, but shortly we forgot about the devastation that was left behind. The aftermath is bigger.
Sasa ni kuingia mtaa mahali penye keja yangu ilikuwa. So keja yangu ilikuwa pale kwa hizo mamiti. Toka. So kageti kalikuwa hapa. Hii ilikuwa geti yangu ya kuingia mtaa. Kuja hivi, actually keja ilikuwa ni room 3. So tulikuwa tumegawana mimi na bro like 1.5. So kadili kangu kalikuwa hapa. So hapa hivi ndio nilikuwa nimekaa ka bedroom kangu kadogo juu. Tulikuwa tumesplitia hapa. Hapa ndio tulikuwa tumesplitia. So hapa kulikuwa na ka bedroom kangu. Alafu nakuja ka sitting room hapa. Hapa sasa ndio kulikuwa na kasito. Ka screen kangu nilikuwa nimekaseti side. Kwa side ka screen kangu hii side. Haya, hapa hivi kulikuwa na kanini ka study table. And then hapa kulikuwa na ka kitchen kiasi. Alafu kiti ilikuwa hapa. Alafu mlango wa kuingia bedroom baadhi ilikuwa ni hapa. Naingilia hapa, naingia bedroom. So hii ndio aftermath. Hii ndio naweza sema hii ndio keja yangu yenye ilibaki. Ndio hii hapa. Kama mlango. Haka ndio kalikuwa katoile. Toile bathroom. Manze. So watu wakisema ati nini walikuwa na bomoa manyumba ati wase wenye wamefladiwa ndani. Nilikuwa naweza sema zile zilikuwa ni stories za jaba juu ukiangalia hii area si ati wase walikuwa wameingiwa na maji. As in tulifanya tufanane na wase ambao wameingiwa na maji. Kwa hiyo ukicheki nyumba zibobone hapa huko pote. Na lakini river nayo hata hii haikuwa hii flood ikuje mpaka hapa juu, ilikuwa huko chini. So unapata mali penye wase walikuwa na fladiwa ukiteremka huko chini huko. Kama unaweza check hiyo side yenye kuna tumiti huko. So wase wengi walikuwa wanaingiliwa na maji hiyo side. But sasa wakaamua kurenda kila mtu sasa homeless mwenye ako hiyo area. Instead hata badala wangefanyaje? Instead hata badala wangejaribu venye wanaweza reduce population ya wale watu ambao wako wameingiwa na maji, wako homeless. Waliamua tu sasa ukue umeingiwa na maji, ukiingiwa na maji ni ichomoke iende.
It's a very emotional moment just standing in that space and looking into what used to be your homestead and the neighborhood, and now what you're seeing is just a field of ruins and very little that was salvaged out of what happened. How are people coping with this situation?
Sorry, man.
I understand. It's all right. Take it easy. We're going to be right back. Let's take a short break. That short break give Hassan a moment to recover. But Manasseh, could you help us just paint a picture of the aftermath of all this?
I'm an outside person looking in, and so the picture can't really be painted in any other way than the pictures that you just saw. Rain happened. It was more than anybody wanted or imagined would happen. Homes were flooded, and then the demolition happened. And so very already vulnerable people became extremely, vulnerable. We have to understand that this is not. Let's not just look at the houses and the rain. Let's go upstream and ask ourselves, like, why does Hassan live there? Like, there's so many other places in Kenya that people can live, right? Like, we have to take ourselves and take a story, our journey to why and how did these people get here? And like, from an outside perspective, like, I have an understanding of why people live there because I've known you for a long time. And these homes are in between the largest corporations in manufacturing in Kenya. And so for a person to be able to work in these places, they get paid so little that they have to live in a walking distance to where they work. And then they have to spend close to nothing to be able to make it worthwhile staying there. And so the moment that house is demolished, like, not only are you taking away where that person lives at that time, but you're also impacting them long term, because then they have to go pay for rent higher somewhere else, but their income did not change.
People lost their lives during the floodings. We had like also the elderly people who couldn't like get out in time, like to save themselves. And at that moment, people are like grabbing stuff, moving around. So nobody like had that in mind. Like there's an old lady somewhere, or an old man somewhere who needs to be moved. So people lost their lives at that situation.
Right. If there were deaths, of course, there are people that are still mourning the loss of their relatives or friends or kids. With the devastation, water carried away what it could. Then government comes and demolishes. There are people that are dealing with the loss of their properties and stuff like that. We're gonna come to that, but I want us to complete looking at this because I'm kind of tempted to wonder where all these people are, who used to occupy this.
Listen, I can't tell you who's needing more than the other. All I know is it's the most heartbreaking thing when we are sitting on in that queue, and someone my mom's age shows up. And asks for food for her and her family. And then in the same line, a man been out looking for work, and they want to eat, but they're asking, is it okay if I bring extra for my kids? It's like, it's the most heartbreaking thing that you can ever feel.
But most parents were having their kids on their backs, some on the shoulders. trying to like
Right.
rescue the little things they could.
Right.
Yes, but many main things of the houses were like you couldn't carry them. My sister, she has 3 kids. She even up to now she hasn't gone back there like to check on the things in the house, how they are.
So was it like just water rising, or there was also water moving?
It was moving. It was moving because we are like in the middle of the companies. It is in the industrial area, so the drainages they are all flooded. So like the lids were off, and the waters were just like bubbling up, just going straight like
Gushing
into
out of the drainage, the manholes.
yes. So waters were just moving into the residential areas. And also like there's a river nearby, also like it overflowed. And then the waters just came in. Some houses were being like carried away. So
Right.
yeah. At times I remember also seeing that I remember seeing chicken.
Yeah. That was actually one of the saddest thing that I saw when I was there. I know I was sad about Hassan and your house and the new everything, but man, when we got there, there was this there was a cow that like was stuck. Like 50 guys were trying to rescue this cow that's like stuck in the air.
Yes.
It was.
Did they manage
crazy.
Eventually?
Yeah, like they did. They were able to unhook it, but they couldn't. It was too heavy for them to pull, so it was just carried by the water.
Right.
Yeah, everything went. Chicken, pigs. Because some youths in the area, they were rearing pigs.
I know. It was a huge youth project.
Yes. It's painful. It's painful. Taking into account like how much you had invested in that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't a rental.
Yes.
It was your house.
It was mine. So
yeah.
I was not paying rent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then right now, like I'm paying rent again. It's painful.
Yeah.
I didn't even like rescue even one single iron sheet.
Yeah, I remember.
The only thing that has remained the
pieces of wood.
Yes, the pieces of wood there. Even one door or like the windows. Yeah, I rescued none.
Yeah. So Tony, I think for the sake of like understanding the background, we were there when this is what was happening, and the moment the tractor hits your house, basically the entire like group, it was like a group of hundreds of youth.
Yes,
they just jump on and they start grabbing like the iron sheets, the anything that you have in the house, and you can't stop them because like now that's not yours, like it belongs to the city. So it was like,
oh no,
it was one of those like toughest moment to watch. I know it was raining hard. Yeah. So this is happening when it's like really slippery. A lot of people got injured during the same process. A child actually died during the process. Yeah. Like we were there when that happened.
I know.
It's like, and so when you hear or you see people's messages on social media that, okay, the flooding is an old story. No, it's not.